Let's talk about one of the most requested subjects in HU. Every day, someone in the rooms asks, how can I make sure I don't pay taxes? Or when I'm making money, how does the tax stuff work? When should I pay taxes? How can I avoid taxes? How can I evade taxes? Now, before I get into it, let me first tell you, I don't want you to evade taxes. Tax evasion is illegal. I don't want you doing anything illegal. Today, someone asked me a question about a famous entrepreneur that ended up going to jail for fraud. And he said, what do you think his mistake was? Well, his mistake was being fraudulent, doing stuff that was illegal. I don't want you doing stuff that's illegal. That gets you in jail. And if you're in jail, it's very hard to run a business. I don't speak from experience, but I think I can infer it from the fact that you're behind bars. So, not a good idea to go to jail. Not a good idea to do illegal stuff. Don't do it. What I want you to focus on, there are two possible scenarios. One, the question mostly comes from people that are either not making money or you're making relatively little amounts of money. Like if you're not at least at $10,000 a month in your business, don't even worry about the tax stuff. Don't focus on that. The nice thing about it, if you're an employee, if you're a wagee, the government takes taxes out of your paycheck every month before you get your money. So if you get like, I don't know, $4,000 a month as a wagee, the government grabs a share, says, oh, $1,500 of that is ours, and you can keep your $2,500. And at the end of the year, if you're lucky, you can get some tax money back. But they already took their share. They already took the cookies out of the cookie jar. If you run a business, it's the other way around. If you run a business, you're expected at the end of the year, the fiscal year, not in December, at the end of the fiscal year, you get a certain amount of time and the tax man wants to know how much did you make, how much of that is taxable income, and if they know that, they can send you the bill. The nice thing about that is that you're not having to send your money over to the tax man every month. The not so nice thing about it is if you fail to set some money aside, it may trip you up because the bill is due eventually. What I want you to focus on is the fact that there's plenty of time for you to handle this. If you start your business today, the moment you have to do your taxes, which isn't that difficult, trust me. It gets complicated when you're working with very, very big numbers, but when you're working with relatively small numbers, this stuff is really pretty straightforward. But if you start generating money, if there's income coming in, you have month and month and month to handle this. So for now, if you're not making that much money, don't even worry about it. If it's bothering you, if it's worrying you, you can always set aside a certain percentage. Maybe set aside 25% of what you make on a separate account. So when eventually a tax bill comes due, you can pay it. But again, if it's not a lot of money, doesn't make sense to worry about this stuff. Now, if you are starting to make serious money and it's rolling in, what I don't want you to do is try to find a way to pay no taxes. It doesn't exist. Please understand that whenever you buy something, you're paying taxes. Even if it's food, even if it's a burger, you're paying taxes on that. Whenever you fill your car with gas, whenever you sell something, you're probably required to levy sales taxes for the government. Man, you even pay taxes if you die. And yes, if you structure it in a smart way, you can avoid a lot of it. Please understand, tax avoidance is not illegal. Tax evasion is illegal. And people always get those confused. I don't want you to do anything illegal. I think I said it before, probably say it a few more times. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to even do anything close to it being illegal. But the nice thing about it, you'll see that when you have a business and you start to make money and things are starting to get good, getting rolling, there's no need for you to do anything shady or borderline illegal. There are so many excellent ways for businessmen to avoid a lot of taxes that you don't have to worry about, setting up 6 different shell companies in 6 different countries and getting the money flow right through all of them. Trust me, if you're not at massive, massive numbers, that doesn't make any sense. Don't worry about that stuff. So yes, I'm in favor of saving on taxes, because as a business, it makes 0 sense to pay too much for anything, and that includes taxes. No, I'm not in favor of you evading anything. And as long as you're below a certain threshold, as long as you're talking about relatively small numbers, don't even worry about it. And once you get to the higher numbers, you'll be able to consult a professional for this and make sure that whatever you're setting up is perfectly legal, looks good, doesn't get you in trouble, and doesn't cause you a lot of headache later on.